Let's go. We coming this year, nigga. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Hey, let me elaborate. Y'all niggas trying fake. I've been out here getting cake. It been a process to get my money straight. I remember them broke days when I ain't thought they could control. I just kept that hammer, homie, nigga, knock out your soul. If you ain't got my money on time, you better cash out. If you do that bad business, homie, don't even give me that. I've been staying out the way cause I ain't doing no dead time. Cause I ain't got time for you, little homie, I'm getting mine. Coolest nigga in the world, but don't try to test me. I won't never lead you astray, that's why the Lord bless me. I need no attention, I just keep the extension. I was me against the world, so I'm feeling like Pop. Chasing all his hundreds like I'm Zeke, but I'm from the block. Monetize the flow, just follow the formula. If you ain't trying to get that bread, then I'm ignoring ya. I'm looking for a way out, cause I'm trying to go global. These niggas ain't on they hustles, they ain't even mobile. These niggas ain't no soldier, that's what a nigga told ya. Elias Cash, nigga, ain't nothing free. So you know how it is when you be coming to DC. Hey, ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get.
I'm the realest in the D.M.V. Let me elaborate. Fuck your bitch at every given second. That ain't no exaggeration. Smoking on this real good pressure every single fucking day. Standing in my condo, nigga, that's just my meditation. 40 on my hip, a nigga, fake ain't no hesitation. Praying every single day to get out the situation. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm searching for my destination. If I say I love you, know I mean it, ain't no capping. Pull up nigga in my city, nigga, let's get it crackin'. Pull up nigga in my city, nigga, let's get it crackin'.
Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get.
Tax-free money gang. And the motherfucking thing changed, nigga.
Salute, brothers. How y'all, man? Had me a little bit of downtime, and trust me, not by choice. You know, we hustle hard over here. But had me a little downtime, and was left to reflect on a few things. So, as always, before I ask anything, you know me. I'm shameless. I'll share. I'm gonna tell y'all a story of two individuals that were pivotal in my life, right? That helped me make some right decisions at the right time. And ultimately, they're, what's the word for it? Me being a young melanated man out here seeing the cut of their jib, it wasn't no bullshitting around or fucking around or getting around them and their principles, right? They showed me a lot. Shit, the older I get, the more I reflect on them, and I'm like, damn, I learned that from so and so because they've been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? Where they were that day being today for them at that time, I would be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, a lot of what they said, that wisdom, I caught it over time. That's why I probably was part of why I probably act way older than I really fucking am. Because I had sages pour back in to my young, dumb, ignorant ass. So, as always, let me wipe my feet personally and say salute to y'all. I pray y'all are blessed, y'all are well. Life is taking on a trajectory that is more than just appealing. That God is working and revealing all kinds of things in your life to help better you, bro. And to steal a line from the good brother Black Ram, we about to have some therapy. You dig? And in therapy, we don't lie. Nope. Black Ram's right about that one. Subject: Mr. B and Pete. See, me personally, I was cursed to have a hoe for a mama, but you know, God still made provision because I got two godfathers out the deal that were night and day. You dig? Mr. B, I won't say his full name, but that's what I called him. First name, Calvin. Yeah, the old school nigga name. Was a not a big dude. His stature was nowhere near impressive. You dig what I'm saying? He was about 5'6", 5'7". You dig? And Mr. B, despite his struggles with gravity and height, was a man about town, right? But he had won that right to be a man about town. And here's the reason why I say he won that right. That that man, growing up, from what I remember, was older than Mama Do. And Mr. B always had the classic, you know what I'm saying, caddy. He's the one that taught me you need three vehicles: one to go, one to show, one to depend on. Excuse me. So you gotta have your workhorse. Then you gotta have your sporty jump. But make sure you keep reliable. That just in case jump. You know what I'm saying? In the cut. And he was the first one to teach me about it in car insurance. If I ain't driving it, it ain't on. When I want to drive it, I just make a call and it's on. You feel me? Didn't know that. Till that wisdom left his mouth. You feel me? This man was a ex-military, fought in the Korean War, came back. He practiced this thing called stoicism. So much so to you couldn't tell if he was joking or if he was serious because that was the cut of his jib, right? I had the honor of him becoming my godfather to my hoe ass mama. So let's just call that what it is. Boyfriend on the side type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're young, you can't say these things. Yeah, especially coming up in the 80s. Nah, nah, nah. Mama, that's my godfather, yeah. Why you and him going in that room? Bitch, stop playing. It is what it is. Then you had Pete, another educated, highly intelligent, melanated man that became a pharmacist, right? So despite Mama Do on her whole shit, she was selecting, you know, the right people to be around because they in turn elevated her position out here in this world. Now, could she fully explain why she did that? Well, she was promiscuous. On top of that, she was looking for all the right people to help put her on top to meet even more right people. You know, a bitch's mentality don't change, dog. It's time has been time. It never changes. They all do the same shit, same playbook, same stupid ass rules. They don't learn. But Pete was a tall gentleman, studied medicine and decided that pharmacy would be his thing. He was a divorcee, and just like Mr. B, he ended up raising his kids on his own and burying his wife as well. Because, you know, that's back when they really started doping them bitches up with all these drugs, you know, that they give them today. Back then it was called something different. Today it's called Xanax. You know, they got that real. It was uncut and it fucked them up. But at the end of the day, both these men shared similar qualities. And I noticed it. Like, I know y'all over here fucking with Mama Do and she on her whole shit, but she always brought good caliber men around. Those that could put her on, you know what I'm saying? Because my mama was the type of crafty hoe that would you could put on the carpet, the red carpet, you know what I'm saying? She gonna do what she do, sneak creep and freak. But at the end of the day, that hoe had some sense about her, but didn't have enough sense to find my dad though. Anyway, I move on. Between Mr. B and Pete, one is a war veteran. Has been around, so that served one side of her. Cause she just like most bitches, my mom do tried to mesh a bunch of men together to make one. You dig what I'm saying? And it didn't work the fuck out for her in her favor because she wanted the war hero, the educated scholar, and the jail nigga all in one. You know what I'm saying? That ain't never been in trouble before. Bitch, that's impossible. So even back then during the 80s, this was going on yet again. That's why I said this shit goes way back much further than I think a whole lot of us understand, bro. Mama Do Okay, all right. This raggedy motherfucker. I stream y'all been tripping. Mama Dude took the best qualities from this man and that man and just enjoyed them without ever settling down on one. My pops ain't have a chance in hell, my nigga. Her polygamy was rampant. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, she went in her youth, she was a chaste woman. And chaste women don't quite behave right, even today. The more attractive you are, well, the nastier you can be. And she was a nasty attitude having ass bitch. Because if one man leave, I heard her words out of her own goddamn mouth. If one man leave, it's like a bus or a train and no one come around the corner. That was the philosophy, that was the mentality of said woman. How the fuck is the everyday Joe gonna deal with that? Well, Mr. B, he a little history on him. This man was a veteran, you know, had been, well, let's put some respect on it, had survived as a black man in the Korean War, fighting hand to hand. Difference is because of his stature, he was able to do some things that other motherfuckers couldn't do, which was dug down real tight and get right behind that tree as them slugs wigs his pass. But he also racked up a significant body count over that motherfucker too. He wasn't working supply, nah, bro. He was in the field. His ass was in the grass because he was always deployed. His current wife at the time claimed she had a mental breakdown and claimed she couldn't take it and abandoned their children on that base, and they were left to fend for themselves because mama just can't take it no more. He always gone. Well, I got my own theories on that. Long story short, Mr. B was like, okay, bitch, you crazy. Well, to the insane asylum you go. And in that asylum, that's where that hoe took her last breath. That man was red pilled in the motherfucker. So much so he tipped all the way in the black bucket. He raised them children by himself. Fuck it. Sent them both to college. He had a boy and a girl. And they became productive members of society. Because, you know what? They, mama that played crazy wasn't there to influence them in their decision making. You done told this man, this veteran of hard fucking charges in war, that, oh, I can't handle this because you always gone. Bitch, we live on base. Bitch, your needs are provided for. The check hit the mailbox, don't it? What the fuck you complaining about? Pete. Pete played basketball, athlete. You know what I'm saying? Because Mama Do, being the crafty bitch she was, and today still is, uh, like to have a good even spread. You know what I'm saying? And that spread was the athlete and the secure, financially secure, war hero. So Pete and Mr. B. Pete was the athlete, the Adonis of his time that decided to go into medicine, bro. And yet again, Mama Do was a chaste woman. Now, Pete got married, had kids, waited until uh, his kids finally got old enough, turned about 18, same thing AC was talking about, divorced the bitch, and she succumbed to some illness sometime shortly after. Well, he never went into detail about it, but I think that illness was called H, that I, and the V for victory, because she was out here on these streets. See, he stayed with the broad long enough for his kids to have a normal life, right? But Pete's whole fucking thing was, I'm a, I'm a pharmacist. His hoe was forging prescriptions in his name and doing all kinds of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? These were two melanated men that had prestigious positions in life, but one part where they both fucked up, they picked the wrong bitch and had babies with her, bro. Mr. B, by the time I turned fucking 16, I was taller than him, Slim. But I respected that man like he was a giant. Because I know them stories he told me wasn't no farce. It was very real. You kill a man, damn, we talking again. You dispatch a man with your bare hands and a bayonet, that's going to leave a slight mark on you, a stain. You know what I'm saying? You picking flesh out your blade and it's human flesh. Yeah, it's going to make you think. You know what I'm saying? Should I really be here? Did I really have to do all that? It's going to make you question some things in life. But Mr. B was real humble about his shit. Pete Ever, tall, athletic, used to be the athlete that decided to get into medicine, pharmacology, shit like that, worked for some major companies and corporations, and did a whole lot out here helping brothers get their shit together. Not suggesting certain drugs for them to be on or their kids. ADHD, Ritalin, bitch, not for him. Men who toiled behind the scenes and got no motherfucking credit is who influenced me. But I'll tell you a story. After absorbing all that information and being blown away by these gentlemen, because, you know what I'm saying, to keep shit all the way funky, y'all just fucking my mama. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all being established out this motherfucker, risking your lives doing war and fucking going up in these institutions and learning and exploring and becoming. Y'all end up just fucking with my dumbass mama? Damn. Either way, God's plan is still God's plan because those gentlemen had an impact on me. And I learned from them, dog. I learned a lot from them. But I would love to say that this story has a happy ending. It don't. It don't. It don't. Not at all. It worked out good for Mr. B and his kids, and it worked out good for Pete and his kids up until the very end. At the end of the day, uh, despite the impact of these two gentlemen on my life and them just dealing with my mama on some light and polite shit, I had the misfortune of not lending some money to Mama Do because it really ain't a loan. Now you gotta, it's a gift. So as a as a fuck you nigga, as a I'ma show you nigga, I wasn't informed when these gentlemen passed. You know what I'm saying? Now, both these motherfuckers were father figures per se, for my young impressionable mind. And I appreciated the knowledge they gave me because they didn't have to give me shit. You put on the court Holcomb. You know what I'm saying? Your kids just need to know I'm here to fuck you. But instead, they passed down some wisdom, dog. So much so to the point where they both adopted me as their godson. These two Negroes never even saw each other. I'm pretty sure they knew about each other or whatever, but they never saw each other. You know what I'm saying? I can't recall. My mama did good on that one. I can't recall a time where they was outside fist fighting. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Because these were gentlemen, educated gentlemen. They wouldn't have resorted to that no way. And if shit got funky for real, Mr. B just would have pulled that thing, that 4-4 he kept. Oof, go and sit down. Because he was a gangster and a gentleman. But when on the day when both these gentlemen left this earth, right, I wasn't informed, nor was I informed when it came time for their funeral. You know what I'm saying? And I take offense to the reason as to why I wasn't informed, right? Solely for the fact that at that point in time, after all the contract and shit in the war zone shit and how I've become, I had cut my mama off. Mm-hmm. She couldn't get a dollar or a dime out of me no more. Well, I had a whole combo with Mama Do, because as normal, she was begging, you know. Bitch is always begging. She asked for like 500, 600, maybe 1,200, I can't remember. And I was like, nah, I can't do that right now. You know, I got these kids, and her whole attitude was like, fuck all that though. I'm like, I got this condo with these bills, and she like, yeah, I know, but fuck all that though. I'm taking care of 6 little ones plus they mama and myself. And I got to get back on this plane and go back to this war zone. She was like, yeah, I know. I hear you, son, but listen, fuck all that though. I don't care about none of that. Because she expected me to respond like a trick ass nigga, you know, the shit she was used to. I politely let her know that, Mama, dude, I can't fuck with you no more. And don't ever ask me for money no more. Because I'm not here to support your lifestyle, because that's what Keisha do. She tries to train her kids to support her lifestyle and all her bad choices and stupid ass motherfucking decisions. And for a time, I was victim of that. I did it. But when I stopped, I might as well never gave a bitch a dime. Anyway, my punishment was not being informed when these gentlemen passed, when they left this earth, and when their going home celebration would be. You know, I know that because Mama Do had the nerve to tell me. See, Keisha, the attitude of Keisha is a very, 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 very shitty one. It's a selfish one. She consume, you go without. She live, you go without, you don't. Nothing has changed since then up until now, except it's just been put more on display. I learned that day at maybe 28, I think I was 28, just how nasty, how foul they really can be. Now that lesson will continue until maybe about 36. And then I learned to stay completely the fuck away. Yeah. If my own blood can treat me like that, can do me like that. Bitch, I'm just talking with Dylan on the side. I already know the hoe ain't got no good intentions. You feel me? I know. I know. I know this. I'm not gonna call it what it's not. Nah, bro. Mm-mm. I ain't never spoke on this shit before, but rest in peace to those gentlemen. Because one gave me the military aspect of life and how we viewed things as a melanated man here in America. Another one gave me the 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 scholar's version and how he viewed things here in America. And that information was crucial, bro. It was so fucking important. And once I was told it, I never fucking forgot it, man. Mr. B had a saying, do good as get doodled on. I was like, God damn, that's some terrible shit. It's just simply doing the right thing or what you perceive to be the right thing. You know, it may actually be the wrong fucking thing. Wrong for you at that moment in time around the wrong motherfucking people. And I witnessed that with my own eyes. Hell, I lived it sometimes. But that information made a world of fucking difference. So I tell you like this, Mama Dude wasn't giving a nigga shit. She was trying to take, consume. You know, it is what it is. But I appreciate the information that was given from the old heads. Some of that information is the reason why I'm still breathing today. Know when to walk away. Know when to take your ball and go home. Fuck that bitch. Pete. You know, it is what it is. But outside of that, good old life lesson. Something I learned that I wanted to share. At the end of the day, what I learned from those men were life skills. And they didn't have to show me. Because they was just the guy that was messing with Mom Do at the time. They ain't have to invest nothing, for real, for real. Just about give her a couple dollars and take ID type shit. You dig? Because that's the kind of bitch Mama Do was. But instead of leaving a young nigga on the wayside, not knowing deaf, dumb, and blind, they said, nah, let me go ahead and share a little something with you. Kick you a little game. It'll make me who I am, bro. Anyway, I ain't want nothing. I'm about to go ahead and take my ass up into this motherfucking the spot, get something to eat, and call it a motherfucking night, dog. Today wasn't a whole lot of progress, but it's all part of the process. It is what it is. You brothers be easy. Y'all be blessed, man. Y'all be at peace and stay away from motherfuckers to raise your blood pressure, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good, son. They trying to take you about here early. And if you let them, that's on you, cuz. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. As I collect information, I'll make sure I run it back. Peace.